on IRB Sevens World, we're back in Surfers Paradise as a new international season of Rugby Sevens starts in Australia, where there's a long-awaited return for England's Chris Cracknell, injured here on day one of last season. On the long list of coaching changes, we're with the USA's new player coach, the Polar Bear, Matt Hawkins. And of course, there's all the very best of the action as the series kicks off in stunning fashion. So Queensland's stunning coastline once again the venue for the start of the HSBC Sevens World Series, a new season of IRB Sevens kicking off for a third time at the Gold Coast Sevens. The 16 teams drawing a line in the sand at the start of the 15th World Series. The first of 9 rounds, Dubai, Port Elizabeth, Las Vegas, Wellington, Tokyo, Hong Kong, Glasgow and London, all still to come. And this season, more than any other, every win and every point crucial to retaining that prized core team status, starting from day one.
Oh, it's a fantastic year ahead. It's great to be back here in the Gold Coast. We've got a lot of new and exciting things happening in Sevens this year. We have an automatic promotion and relegation of one team. So in Hong Kong at the qualifier, we'll have one team that's automatically promoted as a core team for next year. And in London at the final event in the HSBC Sevens World Series, one team will be relegated. So it just makes it increasingly important that teams get off to a great start here in Gold Coast in the first round of the series.
The crowd's all set, including Fiji's army of supporters as they ran out against Canada as the two-time and defending Gold Coast champions. One notable change, a new coach in Englishman Ben Ryan. So, how would they start?
Quickly taken now then by Viri Sangiwa. It's away by Nathuku. Oh, acceleration goes, chased by Lucas Hammond, but no chance.
In the same pool, Wales began well against Portugal. Captain Adam Thomas with one of 4 second-half tries. But they'd find the going tougher against Canada.
Is he quick enough? We'll see on the outside. Going hard. Justin Douglas, he has too. An absolutely crucial ball.
Wales then needing a win against Fiji to steal Canada's place in the last 8. James Davis gave them an early lead. But Fiji scored 2 of their own. Debutant Adam Field had the line at his mercy, thwarted by Eli Tinai's brilliant tackle back. But still, the Welsh came.
Williams then taps it back, well done. Once again into the hands of Adam Field, into the hand now of Chris Knight. Oh, he's got away, he's going to get in the corner. And well played.
One man with decidedly mixed feelings on his return to this beautiful part of the world was England's giant forward, Chris Cracknell.
Here in the Gold Coast last year, I played about 30 seconds of rugby and managed to rupture my ACL and tear my meniscus in my knee. So it's a long way to travel for not a lot of rugby, really.
Nearly a year out of the game and time in rehab required a huge amount of patience and determination.
I know I've had what a lot of people would, back in the day, would have retired from, and it's been a long road and a challenging road, and to be honest with you, all I can do is take it game by game. I just want to get out there and enjoy playing for England, and it's what I'm here to do, it's what I love doing, and it's what I'm lucky enough to do. So I don't want to worry about it and think about it too much, just go out and enjoy playing rugby again.
And there's been plenty of change during Cracknell's layoff. He returns to England's World Series squad under Simon Amor.
You know, it's just great to be back with such a fantastic squad, and we're under new management now, which has also been fantastic since those guys have come in. And Simon's, well, he's come from London Scottish to us, and he's done a fantastic job with them. As a player, he's been there, done it, and got the T-shirt. I think he's won Hong Kong countless times. He's captain England Sevens. So for us, it's fantastic to have somebody of his experience come in and coach us, especially with his vast knowledge that he's got of sevens. For us, it's just making sure that we're doing our jobs, and I'm not going to start doing what Dan Norton does, and Dan Norton's not going to start doing what I do. And under Simon now, you know, he's making that very clear what he wants from us, and it really has hit the ground running with everything with England Sevens and us moving forward.
And Cracknell's long-awaited return would come against the team he suffered that injury against 12 months ago, Spain. But the omens better this time. They would start in impressive fashion. 2 tries for Tom Mitchell and Dan Bibby going one better.
It's been tapped back yet again by Rodwell. He's had a terrific opening 10 minutes. There's the man they call Rodders, and so is this man on screen. Bibby's going to get a hat-trick. He just fended off Martin and said, out of my space.
Bibby the hero against Spain, but it was a more familiar name on the score sheet against France.
England 19, France 12. Norton slips away as he does. Beautiful balance. Oh, super. One way, the other way. And that's the class of him, isn't it?
The X factor. The French have got no answer for it.
In the same pool, South Africa were also cruising under a new coach in Neil Powell. A 29-5 win against France, followed by a 31-point victory against Spain. Cecil Africa back in action for the Blitzbokke. And the 2 heavyweights would clash unbeaten in the group decider. England with an early lead that sparked South Africa to life. Cornel Hendricks stretching before half-time, but he'd be upstaged by the youngest player on the pitch.
Dold gets us underway. Advantage being played for South Africa. It's over now. Dold straight through. What a step by the youngster. They're giving chase, but they won't get to him.
The USA also have a new sheriff in town this season. Matt Hawkins has been a leading figure and captain for the Eagles in recent years, but he's now the first player coach since Waisale Sorevi.
Get on board, let's finish this. We take this into Saturday.
It's a hell of an honour, you know, and I'm really, really privileged that I've had that opportunity, you know, but I think the people that have been involved in the series know it's a really tight-knit community, and I've been very fortunate that I've actually got to know a lot of the coaches over time. You know, a lot of the other coaches that I've met and sort of seen since being here the last couple of days have actually been really, really positive about it, so it's been exciting. I think their biggest question is the player-coach thing, and I think I love playing rugby, and it's something that I live for, and you know, at the end of the day, I think if you ask any coach, hey, if you had the opportunity to be on the field and contribute from that side of things, I'm pretty confident 95% of them say yes, absolutely. So it's now my job to sort of solidify that job and my position. So it's been positive.
The US ended last year on a high, winning the plate in Glasgow, and Zach Test scooping the Player of the Tournament award in London.
I think it's great. Matt has a great wisdom for the game. He's been on the circuit for a very long time. I think it's great for the boys because it keeps the consistency of last year of how we finished. We want to continue that into this season, and it's been a smooth transition. You know, he was always a very vocal captain. He was always very inspirational in the huddle, you know, before games, and I've definitely been in front of it for the last 6 years together. You know, I feel like I wouldn't be the player I am today without, you know, his mentorship and his wisdom.
As a player or as a coach, you know, we never know everything. You know, we've got to continue strive to sort of educate ourselves and understand where things are going, and I think at the end of the day as a coach, you know, we provide the tools, but once they cross their white line, that's it, right? You know, they've got to make the decisions for themselves, so I'm a young coach, lots to learn, and really excited about it.
And Hawkins' coaching education on the series would start against the reigning champions New Zealand, the ultimate test. And so it would prove with the IRB Sevens Player of the Year on song.
It's been lost back to the New Zealanders. Mickelson now he gets it wide. On debut is Ambrose Curtis from the Wellington Union. Mickelson is there, as he always is, and Tim Mickelson will race away to score his 113th try. Well, he's just such an amazing support player.
Defeat to Kenya then ended the USA's cup hopes, but there were positives. Zach Test crossing for one of 2 tries in a win against Tonga. Hawkins collecting his first victory as coach. Kenya started life after Mike Friday in blazing form. Veteran flyer Collins Injera showing the way against Tonga.
Good possession again for the Kenyans. Injera on the right wing, gets the fend going. He's a speedster and he's very solid indeed. Just charges his way to the line. Collins Injera.
But the level would go up a notch in the pool decider against the World and Series champions.
Curry shows it and then he goes. Tharma is there on the inside. So is Forbes. One more pass and they should score through Weber, and they will. His second, New Zealand's fourth, and this is brilliant sevens.
An experienced Australian side was being touted as genuine title contenders as they started their campaign against Scotland.
Foley to Clark, putting on some footwork and giving it away now. And here's a chance for the new man. Good chase though. He's pulled down about 3 metres out. He gets up, releases the ball. And Gibbon it was. Now it goes to Jenkins, back now to Maloof and over the top to McMahon. One-on-one, big man on little man. Try to Australia.
And they scored 2 more either side of half-time to build a handy 21-0 lead. But the Scots dared to turn things around. Captain Scott Riddell bringing them back to within a single score of the hosts as the clock ticked down.
That's fine, his first arriving player.
Now a chance for Scotland! The full-time hooter sounds, it is a foot race, and what about this? Scotland! They're going to get away with a draw against the home team. It is unbelievable.
How would the Scots fare now against Samoa, fielding a fresh batch of talent?
They're underway, brilliantly taken by Samoa. First possession through Niue Fa'apale, the man that dropped the ball out Tupou. Now they get it wide to Soyalo, scored a try in their first match. Levasa, another one of the hard-working playmakers for Samoa. Just the patience, and now the big wide pass, getting it out to the man that won the kickoff, Timoteo. He's big and strong, and he's over. What a start!
With Scotland losing to Argentina, both Australia and Samoa were safely through in the Cup by the time they met in the pool decider.
The chase is a good one, the fender's a good one though, and Shannon Walker! Over he goes, dots it down just before the chalk.
The home team safely through. Kenya next up for them in the Cup quarters. Fiji and Ben Ryan would face England. All the best of the knockout action still to come. Welcome back for day 2 at the Gold Coast Sevens. A heat wave flooding through Queensland, and the temperature on the pitch due to go up a few notches too. It was Cup quarter-final time, and first up, World and Series champions New Zealand against a new-look Samoa. And the Kiwis were in ruthless mood.
Mickelson stole it, as he always has. Mickelson now gives it out to Curtis. Curtis with Levasa steps on the inside. Curtis puts on the afterburners, and Mickelson scores. Well, it was the turnover yet again from the man that scores his 114th try. He surpasses Kaltenana finally.
There was mischief at play in the second quarter-final fixture. Ben Ryan, now the Fiji coach, immediately coming up against his old side England and their new coach Simon Amor. The Fijians started well, Sami Soni very crossing to give them the lead, but Amor's New England showed patience and poise in response.
Here's Matt Turner. Straight through the gap with the pace as well. Well taken by Vickerman. Oh, this is the settle. This settles it, absolutely. Rob Vickerman.
Home side Australia lined up against the dangerous Kenyans. Shannon Walker giving the hosts the lead with a typically explosive finish. But Kenya hit back with 2 scores of their own to load pressure on the men in gold.
Foley intercepted almost. Advantage being played.
Advantage.
Gee, that would have been a telling blow by Kenya. And now it is McMahon getting it out to Jenkins. Ed Jenkins. Perfect start to the second half for the Australians. Came from the attempted intercept by Kenya. And he dots it down. He's got Maloof on the left, and that's the way he's heading. And he's calling Maloof back in, and Maloof straightens. Perfect. Brilliant try, Australia.
So finally, Wales against South Africa, and although Cornel Hendricks gave the Blitzbokke a 2-try lead, the Welsh bit back.
Side-to-side action. Plenty of endeavour from both of these teams and just trying to find a weakness. Somewhere to exploit. Lee Williams gets it wide now to Chris Knight. Here's the man you're waiting for, Carl. And here comes try number 5 on the Gold Coast. Ball is thrown, that's not straight. But the referee says play on, and now it's out to Africa. What can they cook up here? What a beautiful ball. And he hit it like a bullet out of a gun, and Stephen Hunter's going to race away to score. Well, it was the angle that he ran, and what about the work from Cecil Africa?
A great set-piece move. Stephen Hunt gets an in-ball. He starts from the outside. He comes from deep so the defender can't see him. Stephen Hunt wins it for South Africa.
Neil Powell's South Africa through by the skin of their teeth, and they'd face Australia in the semis. But first, it was New Zealand against England. Simon Amor's team had ended Fiji's Gold Coast title defence. Could they now beat the series champions? They started well. Big forward Mike Ellery crashing over to give them the lead. But even with Tim Mickelson off the field in the sin bin, the Kiwis found it in them to respond.
Good tackle coming in from Vickerman. This is Tomasia Summer. Webber again. Puts it wide out into the hands of Naholo. He's cut through, has he? Just held on by break. Into the hands, though, of Scott Curry behind the post.
A slender 2-point half-time lead for the Kiwis, but Player of the Year Tim Mickelson would soon be back on the field to make it 7-on-7.
Now the advantage, not rolling.
Mickelson, he's gone away. He has got away from break. Tim Mickelson, my word, what a man.
So, who would challenge the ever-consistent Kiwis in the final? Australia were on a mission to make it their first Cup final on home soil in over a decade.
Maloof taps it quickly and gets going. He's fast, he's strong, and he's found some support as well. And there's plenty of players out to the left. Now they've got it to Walker. Walker. Huggold comes at him, he pushes him off. Here comes Oolong, he steps on the inside, and Walker has scored. Oh, the crowd love it when he gets the ball in hand, and why wouldn't you? What a finisher.
Con Foley added another home score, but the Blitzbokke's latest talent, Jambo Ulengo, improvised to fashion 2 tries for South Africa and level the match. Only for Ed Jenkins to power away to snatch back the lead for Australia. South Africa still with time though, and crucially, the ball.
Good tackle from Patahi. Almost made the second one straight away. Maloof was there as well. And now South Africa finds some space out here on the right flank. 2-on-1. Depenar steps on the inside. Walker coming across. Depenar's got to back his pace and he'll get there. What a class outfit this is South African side are.
The conversion missed, 19 all the score, so sudden death extra time needed. Defensive heroics from South Africa during the first half. Cecil Africa outstanding, but Australia good enough to carve out another golden opportunity to put the match away.
6 metres short, Australia desperate for the breeze of the ball. Now they've got players out. Nala Ife drawing pass and they'll win. He's back in his own pace, he just needed the draw and pass. Oh, and he's given it away.
Another chance gone begging. Cameron Clark with a drop goal. Missed. Was it not to be Australia's day?
Oh, what a game. 1 minute, 47 seconds. And the Australians from deep within their own half. Here's Asquith. He's really tried hard since he's come on. Big tackle there from the new man that's come on from South Africa and Mark Richards. But it's been cleared. And they've created space here for Gibbon. Gibbon strong. Breaks the first tackle. Support is there. And now Australia look to park, get it wide. They've got numbers. Clark needs to go straight. And now Laloifi. Will he set him up this time? Parahi is there. Parahi has it. Going for the corner and he's going to score. Jesse Parahi scores for Australia.
Elation for Michael O'Connor and his young Wallaby 7 through to the final. In the other trophies, Matt Hawkins and USA found some late form. Zach Test with one of 4 tries as they beat Portugal to the Shield. France needed extra time against Canada in the bowl. Julien Sobad with the winner. Fiji finished strongly to take home the plate. Benito Masilevu with a hat-trick, a first piece of silverware for new coach Ben Ryan. And England finished third with a record win against exhausted South Africa. A positive start for new coach Simon Amor. But all roads led to the cup final, fans roaring either side of the Tasman as the teams took to the pitch. New Zealand looking to make it third time lucky here at Skilled Park. And Australia desperate to repay the passionate support of their home fans. And they started well. Ed Jenkins adrenaline-fueled and grabbing the lead to set them on their way.
Clark in midfield, wide ball. Again Jenkins making New Zealand think twice. Stannard over the 22. Stannard! James Stannard, try Australia! Now, on the outside, Ambrose, Curtis, Gibbon chasing, won't get to him. There's the hit back, there's the reply from New Zealand.
Newcomer Curtis then added another, finishing off a clinical New Zealand backline move with an assured finish. And with Tomasi Thama's unerring touchline conversions giving them maximum points, the All Blacks led 14-12 as the second half started.
He's a tackler, it's fine. Dixon, back it goes to Thama. Tomasi Thama will step and put it down between the sticks. Advantage. Over. Webber kicks ahead. There's nobody at the back, and Webber, if he gets a bounce, it could be very telling. McMahon, oh, Sean McMahon, brilliant. The big forward got back there to clean up, and now it goes out the back, and it's towed through, and it sits up, and it is a try.
The sparkling Joe Webber added another for the Kiwis on his return to the side. Australia now with a lot to do.
Over. Also Cameron Clark straight through. He's got one to beat, in and away. Clark, Cameron Clark over the 22. Individual brilliance.
There was to be no let-up though. David Raikkonen scoring late in the game for Sir Gordon Titchen's side. And for the first time, the Gold Coast Sevens Cup was in the hands of DJ Forbes and New Zealand.
Yeah, it's a great feeling to start the World Series with a win. It's always important if you're going to do well in the World Series, and to cap it off from London last year, and this is our third one I think after the World Cup. So yeah, we're on a bit of a run at the moment, but I can tell you it was a tough final and a tough day today really. So yeah, it's going to be another tough World Series, but to get off to a good start, nothing better than that.
So a familiar sight, New Zealand top of the HSBC Sevens World Series, but with a long list of sides looking to chase them down at the next round in Dubai. We'll see you there.